Praises to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Shalom to the hopeful elect, and double honors to the elders and apostles who rule well.
The Matrix is a system, Neo. That system is our enemy. When you're inside, you look around, what do you see? Businessmen, teachers, lawyers, carpenters, the very minds of the people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of that system, and that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so inert, so hopelessly dependent on the system, that they will fight to protect it. Were you listening to me, Neo? Or were you looking at the woman in the red dress? I was. Look again. Who's it? This isn't the Matrix. No. It's another training program designed to teach you one thing. If you are not one of us, you are one of them. What are they? Sentient programs. They can move in and out of any software still hardwired to their system. That means that anyone we haven't unplugged is potentially an agent. Inside the Matrix, they are everyone, and they are no one. We have survived by hiding from them, by running from them. But they are the gatekeepers. They are guarding all the doors, they are holding all the keys, which means that sooner or later, someone is going to have to fight them. Someone. I won't lie to you, Neo. Every single man or woman who has stood their ground, everyone who has fought an agent has died. But where they have failed, you will succeed. Why? I've seen an agent punch through a concrete wall. Men have emptied entire clips at them and hit nothing but air. Yet their strength and their speed are still based in a world that is built on rules. Because of that, they will never be as strong or as fast as you can be. What are you trying to tell me? That I can dodge bullets? No, Neo. I'm trying to tell you that when you're ready, you won't have to.
Now, you can see here. Now, what was the point of me showing all that? Just to demonstrate, basically that when people aren't living by this word, they can't be trusted. They're part of this same system that they so-called hate. And you can see people walking around with a mask looking stupid as hell, so that means that they trust in Babylon, and they trust in the horses and the chariots of their oppressors. If you look into the word in nerd, it means accustom someone to something, especially something unpleasant. So you can obviously see that these people are accustomed to the world, and the world is a very unpleasant thing, I had a situation yesterday where I was driving, and this dude was driving like 12 miles an hour in some small little car, blowing cigarette smoke, out the windows, and I'm driving behind him, and I can't stand cigarette smoke, and he's driving 12, in a 30, just basically driving like an arse, So I actually went on the other side of the road to overtake him, to go right, when I realized he was going the same way as me, because I didn't want to keep following him. Do you know what this dude did? As soon as I pulled out, he's wheeled spinned so hard to be driving on the side of me while I'm driving on the other side of the road. Because if I went into we drive on the left in the UK, so if I went into the left of the road, the lane I'm supposed to be in, he would have ended up hitting the side of the van I was driving. So I literally had to wait for him to pass me, and I let him pass me, because I didn't want to be racing him, because it was pointless. You're driving at 12 miles an hour, and as soon as I go to overtake you, now you want to start speeding, you want to start driving, not even normally, you want to be driving aggressively. So I've let him pass me, and he sped past me, and you know what he's done when he sped past me? He slammed on the brakes, as if to make me crash into the back of him. So then I've had to brake harshly. I'm like, what's this guy doing? Then he drives normally. He speeds off, so I'm like, all right, cool. He's gonna be driving properly now. And then he slams on the brakes again. I just made the next right, and I just indicated off and parked up. You know what I mean? When I came back to the van, one of the lights was smashed. So I don't know if that was him. I really can't be honest still with these people. I even had a situation where I've gone to a flat, and when you go to a block of flats, you press one and it rings flat one. I've gone to the flat, I've rang one, didn't ring, the flat number. So I'm like, what's going on? So I've called a number to the people I'm supposed to deliver to, and they're like, you're supposed to press 101. And I'm like, okay, thank you. And she's talking to me like I'm like, how am I supposed to know I'm supposed to press 101 when in normal cases I deliver to flats all day. You press one, it takes you to flat one. You press two, it takes you to flat two. So you're telling me this particular place, I need to press 101 or 102 to the respective flat number. And she's looking at me, she's talking to me like I'm an idiot and I'm rude because I'm confused as to why there wasn't a note on the system saying that, and why she can't just let me in instead of telling me I should know to press 101 or 102. Basically, these people are like the people in the Matrix movie, because they're an Earth and they're plugged into this world. They're basically your enemy, and they can just pick up on your spirit that you're not the same as them, and they literally go out of their way to make your life a misery in everything that you're dealing with. That's why it says I send you out among wolves. So you're supposed to be wise as serpents, and harmless as doves. So we're not supposed to resort to beating the hell out of these people. Because what I really wanted to do with that that Edomite who was braking in front of me, like as if he wanted me to have an accident, and I'm in a work van. So you want me to have an accident in a work van? What I really wanted to do was to whoop his ass. But if I got out and I whooped his ass, guess who would have been charged for it? It would have been me, even though he's driving like an arsehole. That's how these people are. They want to provoke you so that you respond in a carnal fashion, and then they turn around, and because they're part of the system knows, it recognizes its own, so they're going to be coming down on you. While they gets to basically scapegoat. They use you as a scapegoat, which is they put all their sins on you and they send you out into the wilderness to deal with, adverse environments and conditions. These people don't care about you. So what you want to do is, unless somebody's in the truth, you want to stay well away from most people. Be pleasant towards people. You might have people that, you connect with, and they're cool, who are not necessarily in the truth, but you still have to be aware that because they're not in the truth, they can still be a possible enemy to you. I mean, there's this dude at work, he's cool, sweet as, whenever I'm working with him, I always have a pleasant day, but he's a Muslim. And I remember one time I've gone in the shop and he's in there and he bought a pork sausage, or a sausage pasty or whatever. And I'm like, I thought he was Muslim. And he was like, raw, the things I'm doing, my girl, I might as well do this because the things I've been doing I'm not even really supposed to. So so that's somebody who claims to believe in God, or Allah as he would have it. And he's a cool dude, I've got much love for him. He makes my day go much easier. But this is somebody that believes basically in iniquity. If I've committed a sin, there's no harm in committing another sin. So even from that, and the Lord showed you certain things. Even from that, you have to be careful from somebody like that, because he's like, Robert, you know what? If I've made a mistake, I might as well keep making more mistakes because I've already made a mistake, which doesn't make any sense, And I don't want to be a hypocrite. I fall short, but the difference between, us and the truth and them is, when we fall short, we acknowledge it and we actually try to do better, even though sometimes you feel like a complete hypocrite because parts of you aren't right, but the point is to keep trying. You're never going to be perfect, but you always have to keep trying. You can't give up. These people have given up and just completely fallen into the world. So, at the end of the day, they really can't be trusted because they will resort to things that you wouldn't resort to. And I'm going to go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 10. Consult not with one that suspecteth thee, and hide thy counsel from such as envy thee. So, E hates Jake. So we're really supposed to be wary of him, and we're supposed to hide counsel from him. You're not supposed to speak to them like you're cool with them, because what they'll use is they'll try to get you to be familiar with them, to get you to spill your secrets, so on and so forth. And what they do is they'll use that against you. So you have to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. You can't go around beating people up, but you have to remember that these people, they basically want to sell you out to the warden. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 37, verse 11. Neither consort with a woman touching her of whom she is jealous. So this is a woman who acts like she's cool with her friend, but she's jealous of her. Neither with a coward in matters of war, nor with a merchant concerning exchange. So if you go to somebody and you're trying to sell something to them, don't really talk to them about it, because they're trying to get the best deal. Nor with a buyer of selling. So you're trying to sell something to somebody who wants to buy, they're going to try and cheat you and get the best deal. Nor with an envious man of thankfulness, nor with an unmerciful man touching kindness, nor with a slothful for any work. So you don't want to talk to somebody who's lazy regarding work, because they can't tell you anything. You don't want to talk with a fool in something regarding wisdom, nor with an hireling for a year of finishing work, nor with an idle servant of much busyness. Hearken not unto these in any matter of counsel. It's the same. I had a situation where I was talking to somebody who I know to be dirty about being clean. Now, you can't tell me anything about it. I've had actually people telling me to be clean, and I've had to be like, look at how you behave and look at how you act. How can you tell me how to be clean? And they just shut up completely, because they knew on some level they were being hypocrites. And that's how these people are. They're hypocrites, but they don't perceive that they're hypocrites. I'm a hypocrite. But there's degrees of hypocrisy. When I do something that's hypocritical, I can see it. When these people do something that's hypocritical, they can't perceive it, and they don't try to alter their behavior. But be continually with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord, whose mind is according to thy mind, and will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry. So if you're a woman and you lose your child, you want to be with somebody who is going to be sympathetic to the situation that you're in. You don't want to be with somebody who wanted you to miscarry so they can pretend to be your friend and really laugh at you, and then go around and basically make fun of you and talk your business. And let the counsel of thine own heart stand, for there is no man more faithful unto thee than it. And the counsel of these scriptures, and these scriptures are faithful. The only thing that we have is really this word. Watching videos. Sometimes you go on a live and you're around brothers, and it fills you, and it amplifies your spirit. That's our only comfort in this world. Dealing with this world is not very comforting, because at the end of the day, these people are really trying to stab you in the back. So again, you have to be wise as serpents, harmless as doves, and be aware of people around you. Because a lot of these people are really a nerd into the system, and we want this place to end. So we're really enemies with these people. They're not going to come out and say it, but on some level they know it. Just on some level, you can tell wisdom from a man from their continents. They can tell from your continents that you're not from the same place as them. And I'll say this one final thing. I had this Jake chick. She's a Benjamin, and I was trying to talk to her, and she was like, "Oh, you got Instagram." This is after she told me she had a man. So after she told me that, I wasn't particularly interested in talking with her further. And she said, "Do you have an Instagram?" And she kind of known me for a little while, and she was like, "Yeah, I know, you don't do Instagram because you feel like people go on there looking for attention." So she basically just snitched on herself. So you're on Instagram looking for attention. You have a man, but you want me to have your Instagram. Do you want more attention? So you have to listen to what people say, because a lot of the times they snitch on themselves when they talk, in the same way that I'll say, I'm a hypocrite. So it lets you know that, so I fall short of the glory of the Most High. I'm not perfect. But by me saying that, you're aware that I'm aware of my hypocrisy, in the same way that people act like they're better than people, but they don't turn around and they don't show their mistakes, and they don't show where they're going wrong, as if they're perfect. And with that, I want to say all praises to the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Shalom to the hopeful elect, and double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS who rule well.